I don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I started from. Oh, nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe you brought me this far to leave me. Oh, I just can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Oh, nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe He's brought me this far to leave me. I don't feel no waste time. I've come too far from where I started from. Oh, Lord. Nobody told me the road would be easy, and I don't believe He's brought me this far.
I don't believe He's brought me this far.
And I don't believe He's brought me this far. Can I get a witness out there this evening? Oh,
I don't believe
You brought me this far to leave me. When I look back over my life and I see how far He brought me,
I don't believe
He's brought me this far. And I don't believe He's brought me this far to leave me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2025 South Fulton Municipal Association President, the Black History Foundation's 2025 honoree for international diplomacy, and your
My name is Kobi, and I am so proud to stand here before you as mayor of the American capital of the African diaspora, South Fulton, Georgia. To my ancestors, my root, the Akan people of Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire, I say Etisen. To my Yoruba from West Africa, I say Bowani. To my Zulu and Xhosa people from Southern Africa, Sanbona, Unjani. To my friends watching in Rwanda, Muharo, and my brothers at the African Leadership University in Kigali, Bite. To my Kikongo people in Africa's heart, Boni. And to the speakers of the most spoken language on the continent, Mambo, and to my brothers in Nairobi, Niger. To my Caribbean brothers and sisters, Wagwan. And to those of you delivered to the West Indies in Spanish ships, Buenos noches, ¿cómo está? To those of you who grew up with me here on the south side of ATL, in College Park, and South Fulton, What it is, folks? What's happening, my boy? And to those American English only speakers, greetings and salutations. How y'all doing tonight? Are y'all enjoying this celebration of 8 years of cityhood? And to everyone who works in this city, whether you are an employee or a contractor or a subcontractor, those of us in elected office are the dreamers, the architects, but you are the builders who bring all our dreams to life. Though it has been said already tonight, it cannot be said enough. You are the people who power South Fulton. And on behalf of every elected official in this city, I say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tonight, we celebrate our 8th anniversary. The theme, as you may have picked up on, is Evolve. 8 years ago, we were but a confederacy of unaffiliated neighborhoods. Some parts of our city were just parts the other cities around us didn't want. Some parts of our city were parts that cities around us couldn't wait to get their hands on. And then we came along and did what Black people have been doing in America for the past 400 years. We went into our electoral kitchen, mixed the parts that everyone wanted with the parts that no one thought was worth anything, put our sauce on it, and made magic. As I told you last year, at almost 100 square miles, the city of South Fulton is the largest newly incorporated city in the United States in a century. And so as I go over some of the highlights tonight of how we've grown and how we are growing, I want you to remember this. We are too big to be thinking small. I know some of y'all are dressed up tonight. You know, you don't want anybody to mess up your outfits. Y'all look beautiful, by the way. But will you gently tap your neighbor, look them in the eye, and say, neighbor, we are too big to be thinking small. South Fulton isn't a town, it's a big city. We are growing in population. And in a nation, we're growing in population from about 90-something thousand in 2017 to over 110,000 people now. And yes, go ahead and clap for that. And in a nation where centers of chocolate genius like Washington, D.C. and Atlanta are dying from gentrification, this beautiful Black baby is getting Blacker and richer every day. Y'all see those numbers? Y'all see those numbers on the screen? Get into those numbers. Y'all don't know when to shout. Look, on May 1st, 2017, South Fulton started with a single employee, a city clerk we hired away from Fulton County 1 week prior, just so we could have someone keep official minutes of our swearing-in ceremony, which was also our first meeting as a city. That year, we hired 48 more employees, and then we kept hiring. And now, in 2025, we have nearly 800 employees spread over 17 departments. Now, I know some of y'all get nervous when I talk all this Black stuff. I'm gonna do that tonight. You know, I am who I am. But you really need to only look at our staff, especially our department directors here tonight, to see that ours is a city that embraces DEI. We know that diversity, equity, and inclusion make us stronger. Our revenues are growing too. From 26 million in 2017 to nearly 260 million in 2025. Over 55% of these revenue increases, $165 million, came during the past 3 years of this administration. And no, the money didn't come simply from raising your property taxes. I know people love to think that. In fact, in 2023, to help property owners still recovering from the pandemic, the city of South Fulton cut our millage rate. Thank you, Councilman Sebastian, for leading us in that effort. Unlike the past, where property taxes made up over 40% of our city's budget, property taxes today account for only about a quarter of our city's budget. Ladies and gentlemen, men lie, women lie. People campaigning for office certainly lie. But numbers don't lie. We have done good and are doing good in this administration. So, what are we doing with all this money? I know Miss Jill Lindsay's voice whenever I hear. My godmother is also in the audience tonight, Hattie Way. She was my mother's best friend since they were in Grady's Colored Nursing School in the 1960s. Hattie lives just down the road, just down Cascade in our sister city. And to her and others, I say, I hope you noticed how the road conditions changed when you crossed over into the promised land of South Fulton, Georgia. We've spent over $63 million repaving roads and rebuilding bridges, mowing and maintaining over 638 miles of right-of-ways across this city. We get all the emails, Miss Jill. In 2019, as a councilman, I created a blighted property fund to demolish blighted houses that had been sitting around South Fulton for decades. You can see me here in this video from 2021, celebrating the demolition of our first house off of Old National and Peppermill Lane. It takes a while to track down absentee landlords and clear titles on these homes, but in the past 4 years, our code enforcement and legal departments have worked together to tear down 32 blighted properties across the city and mow and clean the yards of dozens more abandoned sites. And through our Code Cares program, our code enforcement department has recruited dozens of young people to help South Fulton seniors on fixed incomes make thousands of dollars of repairs to their homes and avoid code enforcement fines. We spend millions, over $7 million last year alone, evolving our police department into a 21st century police force. This has not only lowered our crime rates every year, as you have heard, a statistic that cities our size cannot boast everywhere in America, but it also helped us launch innovative programs like Project Lifesaver, which helps track down children and adults with autism, Alzheimer's, and dementia, with a 100% success rate nationally, usually within 30 minutes. In the past 3 years under this administration, we've spent tens of millions to upgrade, expand, and repair 9 fire stations, custom build an E1 hazmat unit, purchase 6 fire engines, ladders, and pumper trucks, with our newest engine coming next week, and to make sure that our firefighters all have 2 sets of turnout gear. This is a small thing, but it exponentially increases health outcomes simply by having the amount of carcinogenic material built up over time on the uniforms of our heroes who run in and out of burning buildings to save us. And with tech-assisted redesign of our police beats and new fire station locations, we are decreasing response times for EMS and police to arrive at your door for the 20,419 calls that we took last year, which also lowers the cost of your renters and homeowners insurance. Our operations are also evolving. When we set up our municipal court near the end of 2017, we heard just one court case. Last year, South Fulton's municipal court heard 14,284 cases. We first held court at the Stonewall Tell Annex, then hopped around homeless back and forth from Union City to Fulton County's community court on Fulton Industrial to East Point to Welcome All Park before signing a lease for our semi-permanent home at the Crestwood Event Center at 6524 Old National Highway. And in those years, as our court evolves, we are evolving in our approach to restorative justice and crime reduction through our municipal court programs. Since April 2023, we have given 143 first-time shoplifters a second chance through our award-winning Stop Lifters program and improved the driving of over 550 young people in our defensive driver improvement and education programs. Visit our city's website, and if you scroll down the homepage, at the bottom, you'll see our city manager's annual State of the Administration report. You can learn more there. And while we are on the subject of city managers, I want to take this time to give ours her flowers. This month marks 2 years that Sharon Suvadan has served as our city manager. I called her this morning as I was putting the final touches on this. And I said, this is 3 years, right? She was like, no, it's only 2. I said, girl, it feels like 10. Before walking into this mayor's office in 2022, the city of South Fulton had had 3 different city managers in 5 years, not including over 13 months between 2017 and 2019, where we didn't have a city manager at all. But in 2023, with unanimous confirmation from this council, I appointed Ms. Subadan as our city manager, and even at just 2 years, she is now the longest serving city manager in our city's history. Ms. Subadan has not only stabilized and professionalized the management of our city, she has reduced staff turnover across 17 departments, building a more stable foundation for all of the progress we are celebrating tonight. Ms. Subadan, thank you. So as you can see, we're doing big things in this city, and we are traveling the world to tell everyone about it. This mayor, council, and administration, I'm going to talk about it, this mayor, council, and administration have been to Savannah, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, Charlotte, Orlando, Portland, Austin, New York, Honolulu, Miami, Minneapolis, San Antonio, Scranton, Tacoma, Tampa, Cleveland, San Francisco, Las Vegas, Nashville, Columbus, and more to attend conferences and trainings for the Georgia Municipal Association, the National League of Cities, the International City Managers Association, the National Forum for Black Public Administrators, the National Association of Latino Elected Officials, the U.S. Conference of Mayors, the Mayors Innovation Project, and more. And we have traveled internationally to promote South Fulton and develop trade. Many of us. To Canada, Colombia, France, Puerto Rico, Rwanda, India, Ethiopia, and Ghana. To the United Nations, to the Toronto Film Festival, and to the Paris Olympics, where we cheered on our South Fulton athletes. Officials around the world are learning about the city of South Fulton. That's good. And this promotion is paying dividends to our residents and resident business owners. Take a look at this.
My name is LaTron Price. We operate a business called Afrovana, dry and cold storage, as well as American Sales and Distribution Services. My good brother, Mayor Kobi, went down to South America, Colombia, on a trade mission. And through that advocacy, they hosted an event here in Atlanta, in collaboration with Morehouse and others, brought leaders from the business sector, political sectors, particularly advancing an agenda to collaborate African Colombians with African Americans in business relationships. Part of our business operates out of West Africa. We export commodities out of Nigeria and other countries out of West Africa, either into the US, in or now our new facilities in South America. Mayor Kobi invited me down, and Gilead invited us down to participate in this tour of the port with these African representatives, where Mayor Kobi and others have built inroads. And through that relationship, the governor established a trade agreement to buy and sell our Georgia commodities as well as import the Colombian commodities into the U.S. Right now is in Colombia, and they have teams of folks that are packing, doing a pack program. And that pack program is designed to ship it back here to Atlanta, right here to South Fulton, that's going to be sold at Amazon. I'm so honored and had the opportunity to work with Dr. Babs and the A.D. King Foundation in partnership with the City of South Fulton and Mayor Kobi's office. I'm grateful. Thank you, Mayor Kobi. Thank you, City of South Fulton, and thank you those who get an opportunity to do this. South Fulton forever. Let's go.
The Afrovana is a business that is located right here in the city of South Fulton. They have a warehouse on Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Of all the things that we have done in these past 3 years, the thing that I am most excited about, though, is this. 160 years ago, here in Georgia, on a Thursday like today, General William Tecumseh Sherman met with 20 black pastors to represent who, they were the representatives of the Negro race. The Civil War was coming to an end, and General Sherman had been sent by President Lincoln and Union Secretary of War Edwin M. Stanton to ask them 12 specific questions to figure out how the American government could best prepare American Africans for the freedom that was coming. This was 1865, y'all. Their chosen leader and spokesperson was a Baptist minister from Granville, North Carolina, named Garrison Frazier. At age 67, Frazier had been born into slavery until he purchased himself and his wife from their plantation owners for $1,000 in gold and silver. When Sherman asked him what would help black people most, Frazier answered without hesitation, land. The way we can best take care of ourselves, he said, is to have land and till it by our own labor so that we can maintain ourselves and prayerfully have something to spare. This conversation laid the foundation for Sherman's General Order 15, which many of you know as the 40 acres and a mule that every emancipated man was promised for he and his family. Still waiting on that 40 acres and a mule. But ladies and gentlemen, what is true 160 years ago is still true today. The best way that we can take care of ourselves is to own our own land. At nearly 100 square miles here in the blackest city in America, we have over 57,000 acres of land. And with nearly a dozen working farms, we got ourselves a few mules too. When I was sworn into office 3 years ago, the city didn't own any of its own land outside of most of our parks and some fire stations, most of our fire stations. But in the last 3 years, we have purchased over 400 acres of land. I wish I was in a room where I could shout, "Free the land," and people would know what that meant. Look it up, though, when you get home. The 420 acres of land we purchased, including this very building we're sitting in, this building is finally ours. Did y'all know this building wasn't ours for a long time? And when this show ends next week, we will begin the first overhaul of this facility in 17 years. Those 420 acres include our new Frederick Administration Building, a city hall annex we own, which we have outfitted along with City Hall with modern offices we hope to inspire future generations to consider public service in. This 400 acres includes 51 acres for our fire safety training facility off of Highway 92, 9 acres for police headquarters on Old National Highway. We are moving out of Atlanta, y'all, and moving back into our own building in our own city. And many, many more, many, many more. But of the dozens of purchases we've made in the past 3 years, 2 really mean the most to me. And ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce tonight that we have purchased the land for a permanent city hall that we will own. We will be the lenders and not the borrowers. And next year, we'll begin a public conversation to get feedback from all of you about what that building should look like. Should it be more traditional, like the city halls of Jonesboro or Duluth, or more modern, like Sewanee Super Friends Town Hall? If you've ever seen it, it looks like the Super Friends building, but it really is actually it is a postmodern nod to Sewanee's heritage as a railway hub. I don't know, perhaps we should do something that honors our heritage. Y'all know I want to build a pyramid. No, seriously, it's not about what I want. It's really about hearing from all of you. If you have been following our city, you know that this year has been our year of planning. We've been holding feedback sessions in town halls all over town as we revise our comprehensive land use plan and strategic plans. Councilwoman Emeritus Gilliard, if you're watching, we have finally heard you. We are overhauling our land use map parcel by parcel and getting everyone's feedback on it. And we want your feedback on our city hall also. Okay. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Y'all know I wouldn't be me if I stood here on this stage and didn't attempt to have some courageous conversation. My good friend and comrade in the movement for Black Lives, Devin Barrington Ward, is here tonight. He once described serving an elected office in a way that I have never forgotten. I was telling him how tired I was because it seemed like our council couldn't stop fighting with one another. He said to me, "Of course you're always fighting. That's your job." Our job as elected officials is to be in conflict with one another, principled conflict. Each of us in this representative government represents different segments and subcultures of our culture. Our job is to go into a room or up on a dais and be in principled conflict with one another so that the people we represent aren't fighting each other in the streets. This job has grown me so much. I came into office 8 years ago as a whole activist, ready to call a press conference and get out in the streets right away. And y'all, I'm still ready to do those things. But as mayor, I have come to take very seriously, especially in today's increasingly hostile political climate, the role I have, that we all have as elected officials, to role model civility in our political discourse. As long as I'm in this seat, I want to try and role model a better way to disagree without being disagreeable. Serving this city has been one of the great honors of my life. And there's still so much to do. Here's the conversation, y'all. We got to do something about Camelot. Period. Madam City Manager, I know you're working on a plan, and I believe in you. We still have some work to do to bring more justice to our justice system. Our city leads Georgia in fines from speed cameras. Over $15 million so far since 2019. Fortunately, though, when we started using speed cameras, this city, the city of South Fulton, reserved 25 cents of every dollar in revenue we collected for a pedestrian safety fund, named in honor of Trevon Wilkins, a Banneker High School junior killed while crossing Old National Highway. People can speed through speed cameras, as evidenced by the fact that the revenues we get from them keep going up. But have you ever seen a car speed through a speed table? Speed tables are 100% effective. And so, with a pedestrian safety fund in the millions, we are going to work to put them wherever we can. So far, we have installed over 15 speed humps and speed tables throughout our city. So if you're interested, call the mayor's office. If you're not already on the list, we'll make sure that you get on the list or that you get a study. And last thing, y'all, we got to do something about our system of seizing the assets of people who have not been found guilty in a court of law. Since 2019, we have seized over $1 million in cash and the property of citizens in dozens of cases, often selling that property at auction before there's even a trial. Under Georgia's asset forfeiture law, which should really be called a confiscation law, even the citizen whose assets are taken and eventually found innocent, the state or the city has no legal obligation to return their property or make any financial reparations to that individual. And to date, though we have taken people's property in dozens of cases, not a single one of those citizens, even those whose money and property we took over 5 years ago, have had their case heard in Fulton County. Now, in all fairness, in order to confiscate someone's property, our police must present evidence that proves a reasonable possibility of guilt. So it's unlikely that most of the people whose stuff we've taken are innocent. But if even just one person is found innocent whose stuff was taken, that's one too many for me. So I'll be asking our council in our city to place a moratorium on this policy of confiscating people's property until Fulton County can clear the 5-year backlog of our cases. And we have a system and procedures in place to hold people's property until they have exercised their full due process under the law and had a trial, and return or make reparations for lost property and the earnings from that property of innocent individuals. Eight years. Any elder will tell you 8 years ain't really nothing. But from where I am standing, it feels like a lifetime. Though the first dog, Zion, and I can make public service look like it's all fun and parties, y'all, we have been working our tails off. And I'm tired. But I am still hopeful. Can I tell you why? Because as I look out into this audience and every day I serve, I see people who love our people. People like Tanya Newberry of Autism Speaks, who's here tonight, and platinum music producer Needles, who partner with the city of South Fulton to connect families with autistic children to resources and support too often unavailable on our side of town. People like Christopher Willers in the Life Unit, who are working to provide job training, housing, childcare, transportation, and life skills to felons returning to our communities from incarceration. Chris, thanks for the work that you and Life Unit do. Because of new policymakers, like our own Councilwoman Keo Chabelle, who took up the mantle passed by former Councilman Corey Reeves, and our incredible Parks Department to create a Georgia Cities Innovation Award-winning program at Burdette Park to give young people in South Fulton free training to become certified electricians. Definitely clap for that. It's a first in the nation job training program in a parks department. I'm inspired by new young lawmakers at the state level, like our state senator, Rashawn Kemp, who's fighting for better schools for all of our children. I'm also inspired by OGs like Senator Donzella James, who continue to work at the state level to connect our international diaspora of Black businesses. I'm inspired by people at the federal level, like our congresspeople, Lucy McBath, Nikema Williams, and our state senators, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, who are working to increase low-cost internet access, expand healthcare, and stand against the mean-spirited policies of our current president. When I look out into this audience, I see so many people who really love our people. Elected officials and policymakers working hard to make life better for all our citizens. Sometimes I wish we do a little bit better by one another, but I see the work that you are doing for our people. So, as I watch us evolve as a city, people and programs like the many highlighted here tonight make it easy for me to report that the state of South Fulton is strong. And that I am still excited about South Fulton today, and I am excited about South Fulton forever.
All right, y'all, we've been through a lot here in the city of South Fulton, but I believe that things are getting better. Do you believe that things are getting better? All right. Well, we got a little song we want to sing, and you can sing it with us. Some of you may know it. If you don't, there's only one word you need to know, and it's this. Better, better. You got that? Better, better. One more time. Better, better. Don't worry about it, leave it alone, because things are getting better, better. If you believe it, by the end of this song, things will get better, better. We've been fighting for way too long, better. But now we're gonna evolve, because things are getting better. Oh, it ain't no need to worry, because God's gonna get the glory, yeah. This is what I need you to do. Hang on in there, hang on in there. Hey, I ain't sung in a long time, but I got some people that are gonna come here and sing with me. These are some guys that I grew up with in the city of South Fulton. The first one is a young man. Y'all know I went to the Tri-Cities High School of Visual Performing Arts. We used to battle with this school. They had this group 4.0. This man went on to be the minister of music at Fellowship of Love Church and the dean of students at Arlington Christian School right here in the city of South Fulton. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. J.J. Sylvain.
Yeah, we want to tell you a little story today. It's gonna get better. You've been working your way every day. It's gotta get better. Said we know it gets hard sometimes, but it will get oh. I know you're crying every night, but it's gotta get better. It will get better, 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 yeah. It will get better, 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 better. Oh, it will get better, 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 better.
right, this next brother, I met him doing open mics at Cat's Cafe. This man has been all over the world. When Eric Clapton and Chaka Khan come to town, they asked this man to be his MD. And he's MD'd a couple of shows for us here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Byron Henry Rose. Won't you tell him that things will get better?
I know the road may be rough, but
Better,
just keep on looking up at world.
better, better,
Said we've been made for a night,
better,
but joy's coming in the morning.
better, better,
Better, better, better, better, better, yeah. Oh,
All right, a couple more. This brother I met riding a MARTA bus to the Vision Church of Atlanta. He's now a minister of music there from North Kakalaki with this Rance Allen soul. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mr. King Christian.
oh, oh my. Don't you worry about it. God's gonna see you through. I know we will. Yeah. You don't have to cry about it no more. Cause I can see us walking through the open door. Yeah. I know it will be. It will be bad. I know it will be. Yes, it will. Weeping may endure for a night, my child. Well, joy is coming in the morning light. It will get better, 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 better. Can I get you to say it's gonna be better, better?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a new friend of mine from Elizabeth Baptist Church, their minister of music, Mr. Corey. Come on out, sir.
Weeping may endure for a night. Hey, but joy's gonna come in the morning. You just hold on to what he said. It will, it will, it will, it will. Hey, you will see better days, better days. Oh, just hold on to what God said. Somebody just touch your neighbor and say it will get better. Hey, you can shout right now in advance, cause it will. Oh.
All right, we got one more. We started with Tri-Cities and we're gonna end with Tri-Cities. Somebody say TCHS. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother from Tri-Cities, Sunday best winner, Mr. Zebulon Ellis.
It will. Said I know it will be. I'm a witness that trouble don't last always. So let me hear you say it will be better. Come on, sing it all over the room, all over the room. If you believe, you gotta believe it will be not just for me, but all over my neighborhood.
my degree. Yeah, yeah. In my pockets, in my finances, they will be better. Yeah. Somebody needs to believe for your health, all your wealth, it will be better. Oh,
Y'all sing it. Y'all don't sound like y'all believe it. Do y'all believe it? It's gonna get better. I believe everything that the word better. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We'll see you in the lobby for the after party. South Fulton forever. Yes, it will.